Some of you may have just saw my last post, and maybe for a switch up tonight, you guys could maybe just listen to me and let me get this out and offer your support for me as an exchange here. I don't even have words, and I'm going to really try and get through this video because I have so many thoughts going throughout my head right now. For those of you that may have seen, I lost my friend Mike just a few weeks ago, or actually, yeah, his services were last Monday, and today I just found out that I lost my friend Nick. So I literally just had to get out of the house just now and go for a drive and just park here and listen to some of our favorite bands and grieve him. I'm in shock right now. I've lost a lot of people, you guys, in the last few years. I know that you've seen my videos, and I've got all these thoughts, and I just want to get them out before I lose them. First of all, my first thought is that God always takes the good ones. And that is a known fact. I've seen it my entire life. I believe when you've done what you're supposed to do here, and you've done your you've fulfilled your duties, and you've helped a lot of people, you lifted up a lot of people, you brought joy into people's lives and happiness into people's lives, and you did that enough. I think that's when God says, okay, it's time for you to come with me, and you get to really live in paradise. I really do believe that, guys. I've lost a lot of friends, you guys, in the music industry. A lot of friends. And sometimes I sit here and I feel really guilty and shameful, like, why wasn't it me? And why did it have to be them? For those of you that know or remember me talking about this before, I have really wrestled with coming back and playing music again. It's been a really strange, weird, uphill battle for me of trying to figure out, where do I put my musical talents the Lord has given me? How do I do that? I don't want to go back into those environments again. But yet it's so confusing, you guys, because some of those times where literally nobody was there for me, nobody, my music community and all the people within the music community were always there for me. I could go sometimes years not talking to anyone, and I'd go back in and they'd all welcome me with open arms and just be there for me. And I shared some of the best memories of my life with these people. All sitting in a room, geeking out to somebody's song, or to the way somebody played a cover, or to, their original music. And I mean, it's so confusing, because something that brought me so much joy and happiness also brought me a lot of bad things too. Brought me addictions, addictions to bad people, addictions to alcohol, that lifestyle. So I'm trying to wrestle and grapple with all this right now. And I feel really guilty because I didn't see him. I haven't seen him, and I hadn't seen Mike in a long time. And I know the pandemic was going on, and I wanted to go out and support their bands and their projects, and I wanted to be there for them. But it was hard, because I was trying to concentrate on getting my life in a different place, as you guys saw me trying to do, and not put myself in these places with these So it's a love and hate relationship I have, because these places brought my friends very bad addictions and very bad patterns. And my friend Nick found out that he had stomach cancer, and he was going to tell me. I know he was going to tell me because I knew he was hesitating, but he told my other friend that he was going to tell everybody in person. And he went through his first round of chemo just this week, and we lost him. So uh, this is like too much, this is too much. This is a lot hitting me at once. When I think of the Providence music scene, I think of Nick. You wouldn't find one person in the Providence music scene to utter one bad word about him. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved him. You couldn't find a more kinder, sweeter gentleman that literally just would walk in the room and the whole room would light up. He'd get on stage and play drums and your mouth would drop. He's just incredible. But I'll always sit here and wonder what caused his stomach cancer, But that's not my business. My business is to, right now, I have to internalize a lot of this stuff and still continue to think about the pros and cons. The people I know that can go up there and play and have things under control, and the people I know that they didn't have much under control all the nights that they would play music and be in bar rooms and clubs. This is the stuff I sit and think about. I miss playing music like you guys don't even know. I miss it so much, but I don't miss the other side of it that's so very dark, and it's very sneaky of how it comes into your life and how it presents itself. Like, it's no big deal. Just have a few. You can control it. Just have a few drinks and just, don't get out of control. Well, some people can't do that. Or some people are going through rough times, and the next thing you know, that's their crutch. Or it's a sneaky little disease that creeps up on people. And I've seen so many of my friends that lived this lifestyle go too soon. And I can't help but make the correlation. And these are good people, you guys. Really good people. So I'm putting out this video tonight to share my mind with all of you, because maybe it will help some of you that are out there, okay? You're out there and you're in that scene, and maybe you don't even play music, but you're young and you're in the clubs or you're in the bars and you're trying to meet people. You got to be really careful, guys, because this kind of stuff creeps up on you, and the next thing you know, it brings bad things. It brings very bad things. And I don't, we have no proof of what caused my friend's cancer. Years ago, my other friend, who was an amazing drummer, he got testicular cancer and died. And he was living the life too. And that's why I just want to talk about it. I don't know everything. We don't know what causes everything, but I do know that the lifestyle I've seen time and time again catch up on people. And I want to say this other thing to all of you. When good people come in your life, or you happen to find somebody that's a good person, make sure you tell them, make sure you keep them around. If somebody loves you and has a really big heart for you, don't let time go by. Make sure you talk to them. I just talked to Nick last week, And there was so much more I wanted to say to him, and I couldn't wait to see him so that I could share what's been going on with me and why I haven't been playing music, and that I just started. And I know he was happy to hear that. But make sure you communicate with people. I am very blessed and lucky and thankful to have had a lot of amazing friends in my life and people in my life I get to call my friends. I'm very blessed by this. All right. And sometimes I have a hard time keeping maintenance and making sure I'm remembering everybody and remembering to talk to everybody and include everybody. And because I do happen to know a lot of people. I mean, you guys that know my story know I worked in a completely different environment for my 40-hour work week, for many years. And then I was a musician. So I had met a lot of different groups of people. I was involved in a lot of organizations, a lot of different outside activities. And I am blessed to know a lot of people, a lot of amazing, good people. This is something like I honestly sit here sometimes and my mind is blown, and I continue to meet good people through this channel. But make sure you tell people how you feel about them. Don't let time go by. If you need to apologize for something, do it. If you need to, reach out, and I'm not talking about narcissists, that's a completely different story. These are also times when you realize like who really had your back and who was a phony fake friend, and you just realize it's better to go your own ways. But if you're sorry about something, apologize. If you need to ask for forgiveness, do that. If you just need to like reach out and be like, I'm sorry, I've let so much time go by, I need to talk, like, let's get together, do that. Because one thing that me and my friend Charlene talked about today that really loved Nick, she brought up the fact that one thing we can take out of this is we just don't ever know. We don't ever know what tomorrow's going to bring, what's going to happen. And that's one thing we gotta know, and we gotta live our lives to literally, as cliche as it sounds, you gotta live every day to the fullest. You gotta be your true self. If there are things you want to do them. Work on them. Set the goals. Do it. Don't wait. My friend accomplished more as a musician than I will probably ever in my lifetime. He dedicated his whole heart, mind, spirit, body, soul to playing drums. He was one of the best drummers I've literally ever seen play. And anybody that saw him play said the same thing. And Mike, who passed a few weeks ago, was the same deal with guitar. That guy could shred and just play anything. Anything he put his mind to, he could do it. And I think that for a lot of people, we have to think about this sort of balance in our lives of, okay, if I can do that, what else could I possibly do? I could stop any addiction. I could conquer anything that I feel like is overcoming me. I could do that because I'm proving it in this area of my life, right? It's a crazy world out there, guys. All right. My family had a little trip over the weekend, so thank you for those of you that were understanding of that I really did try not to take people this past weekend. I took a few that were having like a crisis happening. But we went away. It's a tradition we always did, and we didn't do it for the last few years because of COVID, and we go to Newport for St. Patrick's Day weekend celebration there. We're all Irish, so we go down there to celebrate. And my brother's playing in a little cover band right now. Not a little one. He's playing in a pretty big cover band right now. And he was actually playing in Newport, so it's funny to actually watch him from the perspective of not being on the stage with him. He's so incredibly talented, and I'm going to share this story with you guys because it just shows you how human beings are right now. And this is why I'm telling you, if you can find the true, real, authentic ones out there, you need to never let them go, because this world is turning into robots. Okay? Robots. I mean, I'm sitting there with my parents because the kids were there. My brother's kids were there, and we had to switch off, my parents and I being there. And then I left and came back with my brother's wife so she could watch him play and my parents could watch the kids. And so I hadn't been in a club like that. Oh God, I can't even tell you how long it had been. And I'm literally, it's the middle of the day because this festival went on all day in different, areas of downtown Newport. And I'm literally standing there minding my own business. And here comes tall, dark, and handsome right in front of my face. Hi. And I just laughed like, hi, what do you want? I want your number. I want to take you out. Could I take you out sometime? I said, you look really young. I am not your age. Well, let me guess. What are you, like 25? He says, try 24. I said, yeah, I'm probably old enough to be your mom. He said, I don't care about that. I said, you're beautiful. And I'm like, yeah, that's called beer goggles. And it's a dark club, okay? It's dark in here. I mean, I literally said this to him. And anyway, he goes about pressing on and on and on. I travel. My father lives here in Newport, and I'm here for the weekend, and I live in Dallas, and I'd love to take you out. And I look at my sister-in-law, and she's like, and of course, the guy, I'll give him that. He was actually tall, okay? I'm 5'8", so, okay, if anyone knows Rhode Island men, I don't know what's in the water, but they're all short. They're all short. The last time I dated a guy taller than me was, God, I was 26. So anyway, I'm just like, oh God. And he smelt wonderful. I'll tell you, he smelt wonderful. I'm human. Okay. I said, all right, well, where would we go if you wanted to take me out? When do you leave? When do you go back to Dallas? Oh, I go back on Tuesday. Yeah. Then the best friend comes over and says, oh, he says, he says, I think you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I said, how many times did you use that pickup line with everybody in the room tonight? That's a good one. Are you guys like in conjunction with each other? Is this what you both do? I said, I'm a cougar. Okay. I'm a cougar. You guys are too young for me. Oh, this other one, tall, dark, and handsome, wouldn't give up. Lo and behold, you guys, I literally ended up saying to him, look, okay, I've been around. I know exactly what you're looking for. You're 24 years old. You want to roll in the hay in your hotel room. It ain't going to happen with me, sweet pea. I said, you're better off there's plenty of young college women all around this room and all around the other rooms you can go to tonight. Okay, so why don't you hit that up? Oh, no. He wanted old mama over here. Old mama was a challenge, okay? Oh, you gotta laugh. These guys, when he blew it. I'm going to tell you when he blew it. Because, maybe I would have, if he was a gentleman, age doesn't matter to me. I've dated guys that are 18 years older than me. I've dated guys that are younger than me. I've dated guys my age. Mostly I've dated guys my age. That doesn't matter to me. It matters if you're a gentleman. When he gave me a hug and he goes, oh, I'd love to know what's under that coat. Ah, get lost. No way. Ain't happening, bud. You blew it. You blew it. Okay? That's not how you talk to a woman. Maybe these little, tweeny girls you go after, maybe they, but I just want to say the reason I'm telling you guys this story is that is sad. What a sad world we live in. Okay? What a sad existence to get to this place that's what it's all about. Like, buddy, I could even teach you the game better than that. Okay? When you're dealing with a woman and you actually want to go after the challenge, you don't say things like that. At least you mask it a little better, okay? Let me teach you. I'll teach you. I should write a book, how to we all know, guys, we all know the book of how to manipulate women and how to manipulate people. But what a oh God, you're a pig. You're a pig. And it's sad. Like I said, like, people don't value people anymore. You are either just someone to use, a warm body, a challenge, it's deplorable. But the other reason I'm telling you guys this is because I hear about this from my clients all the time, my young clients. One of my best friends works with all young girls, and guess who'd be like, oh, and then meet up with them after are these young girls, guys. So it's all part of the problem. No one's valuing connection. No one's valuing like real intimate connections, or what the meaning of intimacy really is. It's just about a roll in the hay and a numbers game, and it's disgusting. I find it disgusting. I don't find that attractive at all, okay? And I just think that we've come so far as a society that stuff is acceptable. And I think it's sad. And the other thought I had, I'll share with all of you, is the first thing that I said to myself is, man, I shouldn't have dyed my hair blonde. That's what I said to myself. And then I turned that around and said, wait a second. I don't care what color hair you have or what makes you feel good about yourself. That's not what this is about. Okay? He was at fault here. I literally had, guys, it was freezing in the club, okay? I'm just sharing this with you. They had the AC blasting because there were so many people in there, and it was freezing outside. So I had my bubble jacket zipped up to here, okay? I had pants on and boots up. Nothing was showing. There was no reason for and I'm not saying, look, I'm not getting into that of how people dress and what they are attracting. There's no need to treat people like this. Like you are just a warm body. It's gross. But this is where we've come. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Nathan. That's exactly what I'm saying. It is unoriginal, and it is obvious, and it's not fun. It's not fun for someone like me, Even 15 years ago, okay, when I was his age, I would have been like, ew. I would have been like that then too. Okay? But it's just gotten so bad. So bad. Yeah, I don't know, walking with Heather. I have no idea where this is, but I do know, I can tell you this, that's what I'm saying about like friendships, and people don't have filters anymore. Okay? People don't have filters on what they say to one another anymore, or how, they don't know, they don't understand that they're hurting you, or that they don't care if they're hurting you. That's the bottom line. They don't care if it's hurtful. Anyway, I'm going to go back to honoring my friend tonight, who was really a true friend, and literally like had my back. Like if he were there on Saturday night, he probably would have knocked that kid's teeth in. Oh yeah. Like I said, guys, I don't go out hardly at all anymore, and I'm really trying to. The other thought I had the other night at the club was like, well, I'm in their playground now. I've got to understand that. When you're in these places, you're in the demon's playground. Okay? They're all around. You might not even be drinking, minding your own business, watching the band. That's what I was doing. And then poof, came right along. Hi. What do you want? That's what I said to him. What do you want? But again, I lived this life, you guys, since I was 14 years old. And I've learned a lot being away from that now for, 3-4 years. Interesting now to have another perspective on it all and understand what happens. If you're in a bar or a club and you are drinking, or you're just there and you're there, you're in their playground, and you got to be careful. Okay? You got to be careful of what it is you do, say, and yeah, I agree with you, Carrie. Things have changed globally on a spiritual, on standards, values, morals. People don't have them anymore. That's what I'm getting to. That's what's scary. Okay? None of that exists anymore. It's really sad and it's scary, and I witnessed it firsthand. And I just want to share that with all of you, along with the fact that when you're grieving like this and you're trying to process everything, you can get to a place where, it's very confusing. Like I said, some of the best times in my life were spent with those people in a dark bar, listening to amazing bands and knowing that these people are there for me when nobody was. So it's very catch-22. It's very confusing for me right now, and I'm trying to process all this. And I appreciate you guys listening to my thoughts tonight. I do want to share with all of you that I am doing a work series with NarcCon, with Paula from NarcCon. And if you guys, the first one we're going to do is a narcissistic boss. So if you have questions or comments or stories pertaining to this, please make sure that you leave it in the comments, okay? And or email me at tracefaceit@gmail.com so that Paula and I can answer your questions. And Paula is lovely. I would ask all of you to follow her channel. It's called NarcCon. She's just a lovely person, and I support her 100%. And all that she does and all of her information. She also offers coaching. So I always say, hey, sometimes two heads are better than one, or someone else's perspective is amazing to get. Please consider her for coaching. Also, there are literally right now, maybe after tonight, only 2 spots left. But right now, as of right now, there are 3 spots left. If you are interested in being on the retreat that I am holding, it's very affordable. It's going to take place the end of May, and I'd be happy to send all those details to you, and let you guys know that are interested in possibly doing one of my retreats. This is something I've been wanting to do now for 2 years, but because of COVID, I couldn't, because the numbers were high and I didn't want to, make people uncomfortable. So now it looks like we can do this. And yeah, it's going to be the end of May, the 24th, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. I think it's the 24th to the 27th. I'm so bad with dates. But anyway, email me at tracefaceit@gmail.com so that I can give you all the details, because I'd like to get you in. And I hate to say it like this, but I need to know who you are. I need to at least have worked with you, or we would have to do a few sessions in advance, because that's very important to me, that, you know, I'm making sure that I'm placing people in the right environment for what's going on for them. And I need to make sure I know you, so that, you know, I know everybody else that's coming to this very well. And so, yeah, that's important. So anyway, I know I've said a lot tonight, and thank you for allowing me to share all my thoughts that have been on my mind. It's very interesting. The next video I actually planned to do was around addiction and my thoughts around that. And I wrote a whole thing up, and I think that's going to be the next video I do. I wrote up a bunch of ideas for videos this past week that I had some time off. So I will be putting out a lot more, and I'm sorry for the time that I took off. And this whole thing today, like I said, I had to get out of the house and just park my car, and these thoughts have just been brewing all afternoon. So I thank you for allowing me to share them. I love you guys very much, and thank you for, excuse me, supporting me tonight in a time of need. I am Trace. I'm burping a lot, and as always, it's time we face the truth together.